Welcome back to Story Hustler, Murder Mayhem, PTSD. I'm Dylan.
And I'm Mike.
Like and subscribe. We have an anniversary episode today. 5 years since the old man right here retired.
Can you believe it?
No.
5 years just gone by in the blink of an eye.
Crazy.
I hung it up after 22 years with my dear friends at the AZ Family, Channel 3, Channel 5, and after 22 years going all over, certainly this state, the Western United States, and in some cases the world with them. It was a great run, and I decided that it was time to sort of take a new direction. But we just sort of want to look back and think of a wild 22 years.
And a wild 5 years since then.
A wild 5 years since then. And really what this, the story of us coming to Arizona, because you were born here. I mean, your story.
3TV's the reason it brought our family to Arizona.
Yeah.
I'm an Arizonan because of AZ Family.
So many years ago, the guys who used to run Channel 3 saw me do an ambush interview on national television. I was doing a freelance gig for Hard to Copy. Hard Copy sent me out to confront a guy in a parking lot. He threw a couple of punches at me. And of course, that made bigger news than the actual story, just this altercation.
You went viral before viral was a thing.
Well, I have trend setting even then. So, but the boys here in Phoenix saw me get punched on television, or saw this guy throw some punches at me, and they called me the next day and said, "Hey, we saw you get punched on TV. That was great. Come work for us." And it changed all of our lives.
All of it.
Brought us
just
here.
Just because your head's quite a good target.
Well, hey, listen, it's not the first time somebody has taken a shot either, but that's another story. Don't want to.
A few stories.
Yes, a few stories. So anyhow, we just thought we'd look back because it is this week it is now my 5th anniversary of retirement.
Yes, August 17th officially was the day.
Well, hey, they made T-shirts.
They made T-shirts. It says, "When
so
Watkins ruled the airwaves."
Pretty good, huh?
Too much hype. Too much hype.
Too much hype.
They're too nice.
I was just so flattered by that.
Oh yeah, they went to the 9s for your celebration.
Do you remember the story and my retirement?
It was quite the ordeal. Just with stuff going on with our family.
There was some backstory to it. That last day turned out to be a real whammy.
Yes. So it was a very big week. You were retiring after 40 years in journalism.
Yeah, and 22 years with these guys,
with AZ Family, and I was about to head off to my first year in college in upstate New York.
Way upstate
on the
New York. Canadian border.
It's easier to go to Canada and drive down, kind of thing. So. Yeah, you were retiring, I was packing up, and you and Mom were going to move me out the day after he retired. We were going to have a party that night and then head out the next morning.
Right, that was the way it was supposed to
That's how it was supposed to go, but...
So I go in on that last day thinking I'm just going to goof around. They're going to have some sort of party, and you take my box of stuff off my desk and I'll go home and it'll be over. But we get there and they planned out a whole slew of wonderful
presentation, celebrations,
there were lots of people who showed up. But that morning, just when I got into work, thinking this is going to be a fun day of taking photos with folks and saying goodbye, your mother calls me and alerts me that while both your and her passports are still valid, mine had expired about 2 some weeks. Recently, so I couldn't get. That means I can't get on. And you guys have airline tickets to take you off to Canada, and then
you had one too.
I had one too. So the backstory was all of that wonderful festing was going on, and everybody was being so sweet on my last day. I was like, deep in my heart, I was thinking, you dumbass, I just screwed up. My wife and my daughter are going to be upset at me, and it was sort of distressing. So I
wasn't upset.
But, well, that's good. But and it didn't diminish the day. I mean, they had this party, and they brought Flora, my old running buddy and dear friend, Flora Jessup. Maggie Keene, the famous sketch artist.
Yeah, everyone came out for you.
Who sketched I thought I'd have to get arrested to get a courtroom sketch of Maggie Keene, and I didn't. Thank God I didn't have to get busted. But she sketched this thing for me, and it was just gorgeous, and it was a lovely day. And all of the people from the station were there. You guys were there.
Mm-hmm. It was fun.
And then they turned it, we all headed down to Marley's for sort of a little nightcap. And thanks to the guys at Marley's.
Put us in the back room away from the customers.
They're just old friends, and they took care of us. And Bobby and I think Yetta, some of the gals put it together. Ended up me and Bobby table surfing and people. I haven't been to something in my career here that seemed to bring so many folks from the various TV stations together for one, Helen Hardy drink. It was great. And
it was an awesome celebration.
But again, throughout it, most of it, I was just sort of heartsick that I had messed up our family vacation and I didn't have a passport. But that's the backstory. It was still great fun.
It was very fun, and I got on the plane the next day.
And I got some T-shirts like that.
Got some T-shirts, we got a lot of them.
And I just do so much to the people I worked with at Channel 3 for a wonderful run. Channel 3, Channel 5, and AZ, what they now go by as AZ Family. And we still have a real good relationship with him, I think, and try to help out whenever we can. So a debt of great gratitude for them seeing me get punched on TV and then bringing us over here and really, changing the trajectory of our family.
Yeah. Happy to be from here. Can't spell crazy without the AZ.
You love that line. And
I do love that line.
It is so true.
And the venomous snakes fact.
Yeah. What is the
fun fact?
Yeah, the one thing we love to tell Aaron is something like, there's 17 different types of rattlesnakes in America.
Yeah.
And Arizona has 14 of them.
Yep.
But, fun facts.
Fun facts.
That people should know.
Yeah.
Because there's great beauty here. There's great things, allure.
We have everything that can kill.
Most of it comes with either spikes or fangs.
Or, spikes
so,
or fangs.
it's sort of,
exactly.
That's what, as long as you know what you're getting into. All right, we're way off the...
Yeah, anyway, in the weeds, but...
So we're commemorating the 5th anniversary of my retirement. Wonderful run.
Yes. And the moral of the passport story, he ended up getting his passport a few days later, had to jump through hoops, go down to Tucson.
Thank God they have a facility in Tucson for idiots who need passports quickly. So drove down and got the passport, got on the plane the next day, and we ended up putting you in college.
Yep.
Flash forward. Now that's just the preamble 5 years ago. 5 years ago, racing past. Took you to school.
Went to college in upstate New York, small town called Canton, and played basketball there at St. Lawrence University.
Starting point guard, your years there, dropped 29 points in one of your big games. I shared the school record for number of threes in a game.
Yes.
That's a little fact that a little stat I love.
Thanks.
That was just the beginning. Then you wrapped up in Canton and got a degree in...
I double majored in business and communications.
Okay, and then what happened?
Well, I thought I was done with school, done with basketball, on to the adulthood.
No,
but
don't rush into that. It's
not
what it's cracked up to be.
No, I'm not. But then I got an offer to go play over in England at a school over there and get my master's degree at the same time. And I took it, and it ended up being one of the craziest experiences of my life that I'm so grateful I got.
You were where?
I was in Newcastle upon Tyne, England, so go Geordies. And that was a crazy experience.
And you played ball there.
I did play ball for Newcastle University. I signed a pro contract over there. It was crazy. You had dropped another 29 high point game while you were there. Your team was ranked 4th in the UK. We were ranked 4th nationally. Wow. I had some great teammates. I loved that team.
You had a good run. Any more ball ahead?
Pick-up leagues, but I think competitively I might be done. I need some sport that's easier on my knees, so I picked up pickleball. Yeah,
you and your mom.
It's a great sport. It's so fun to play with my mom.
And you're good. And you guys are pretty... Okay, so anyhow, now you're wrapping up with your schoolwork. You have just...
finishing up a dissertation, so hopefully I get my master's in media and PR.
So you get a degree in Good. Somebody will actually know something about the media. Maybe it'll show in the production of the production value of this little...
Didn't you get a master's degree?
Yeah, but whatever. It's just journalism, and that's just
together we have one brain cell.
Chasing ambulances. That's what I know what to do. But so just a show where we wanted to say thank you for
Yes.
5 years of retirement, 22 years of work, our family life here in Arizona that has been an amazing experience. Your mother has had, she does her own thing in music and all of her various endeavors. And she wrote the theme, so we know, and this is something I always wanted to remind people, our theme music, that little catchy ditty.
My mom wrote that.
We said we need something, she just kicked
whiffed it in like 10 minutes, not even.
Well, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
She's certainly part of the production, and your brother is doing well.
Yep, he's a law student. I gave up acting. Didn't want to do the grind.
He says that. He and I shared for part of the 5 years, he and I shared an apartment in LA where he was a driver for the Dr. Phil show, which I think was a life-altering experience for him.
Definitely.
And then I shared the apartment and finished up my little book. So that was a sort of, and took acting classes.
And then he got married. That's a big thing we just glossed over. He got married.
A wonderful young woman who's a school teacher, and they're both now in San Francisco
doing well.
Doing pretty good, it seems, and he's wrapping up third year law student. So
it's been an eventful 5 years.
Wow, and we're lucky, and we're just all this to say we're just getting started. Our intent is to sort of keep this sort of focused on some of the real crimes and connecting the dots in that FLDS story that we've been...
Just real crimes in real time.
Yeah, and
that's just a never-ending story that you've been involved in, so why not keep up the attention on it? And
we have been involved in it, and the thing that, we've been discussing this, after all these years, the one thing that just sort of weighs heavy, it's just the same thing over and over again. And we got some people coming in to talk to us about this, a crew that's later this week, and we're glad that there's a larger focus, larger attention on this story of Mr. Jeffs and his apocalyptic revelations and the
side stories
and the missing children, and then the sort of nauseating circus show, the sideshow that is this man Sam Bateman.
Yeah,
and we're going to stay on both of those.
We'll have more coming up on that, but we just wanted to celebrate 5 years. You were a pretty good reporter, I guess.
That's so cool.
And you were an accountant.
Yeah, my daughter said that one time.
I was joking.
She was describing me, and I just thought he was an accountant. Or something.
I was joking.
An accountant for the mob, maybe something like that.
He's not good at math, so it was utterly a joke.
I had to go into journalism and television because I can't spell either. So, if you work for a newspaper, you actually have to be able to spell
That's
out
why
the
he
word.
Spoke his words and you didn't read them. If you read what he wrote, you wouldn't understand.
Yeah, it's like a dyslexic sort of,
like the
Morse code. But it worked. If I could say it, I could do it. But if I had to read it, I was screwed.
Yeah.
So... yeah, whatever.
You were all right. So I think you did pretty well.
Well, I'm just grateful I'm still alive, and proud of my kids and my family.
We're proud of you. So
all right, so 5
years.
5 years more. Oh, hey, listen, weren't we going to do the little toast and
non-sponsored, but
and these are our friends. So do they want to be associated with us? Probably not.
I guess in their best interest.
Cheers.
Good night, everyone. Like and subscribe. This is Story Hustler. Share with your friends, and we'll see you next time.